Hey guys, Anthony Beckham here. Welcome to the channel where real estate is life. We are going to be showing you why we've been gone for the past couple of weeks. I bought a 60-acre timber property as an investment. So we're going to be showing that to you today, as well as checking on the triplex that's just finished up with construction and the place that we own down the road from there that's going to be turned into a rental that is absolutely terrible. One of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. Trash up to the eyeballs, hoarder house, grass that hasn't been mowed in decades. I mean, it ain't pretty. So anyway, I'm gonna be introducing you to those investment deals, talking about real estate investing today and different unique ways of going about that. Really, we can introduce you to the Airbnb that we're getting ready to do. I mean, so we got a lot of real estate investing things going on right now that we can bring you up to speed on. So let's get her done. So starting at the best one of all, every day when I get home, I pull into the driveway, just throw my fucking cup out into the yard. I mean, you know, it's a compost pile. Some real juicy stuff happening here. You know, honestly, I helped with the filling that first dumpster. Honestly, this is so much better than it was. I know that's probably hard to believe, but it really is. So like all of the month or two old stuff that was on top really wasn't all that bad. But then once you started getting to the bottom layer, it was just real juicy stuff. And you know, the worst thing about it is I still have not seen inside, but we're gonna have to save that for another video because I can't get in. Dude, just look at all this. And look at this yard. I mean, it's had to have been decades since they've mowed. It's pretty bad. There's poison oak literally just growing over the top of the house. Have you ever watched like those documentaries where what would happen if all humans were gone for, you know, however many years? Like this is what would happen. Like this house is just being engulfed with you know, the nature's taking it back basically. Well, we literally cleared out this whole thing. I mean, you can see that it's just like the remaining bits of trash. I mean, there had to have been hundreds of bags of trash that filled this whole carport. And then I felt sick to my stomach. I don't even know what this is. But nobody's cleared cobwebs for at least a decade. It doesn't even look real. Like it looks like you're preparing for Halloween decorations. And then I don't know what this dead animal is that's hanging off the side here. I mean, it doesn't get any better. Let's just say that. All I've been able to see is like through like the blinds in the house. And really, I mean, there's pizza boxes stacked up this high and that's about all you can see. So I assume that it was just as bad as the carport is with just like little trails to get around in there. And then you can see all the canned food. Right here is where we'll flash back to post.
In the jars.
Body parts.
Dude, seriously, lift one of them.
No.
Dude!
Oh my God, dude. This is some of the laziest shit I've ever seen. That's just all of the lint every time that they get done with the dryer. I thought Caitlin was bad. This guy's just been sticking his lint next to the dryer for decades. He has the world's largest belly button. Guinness World Record holder. Alec is like drowning in trash.
It's hard to walk backwards.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it, honestly. Seller was going into tax foreclosure. They owed like 20 some G's. I paid $20,000 to keep their house from going into foreclosure without us even having a sale because he inherited the property and the other two heirs of the property had already passed away. So he didn't actually have the legal authority to sell me the property. So I knew I was taking a huge risk, but we did it. And you know, we're just about there where at least we're getting started on the outside, but it's been a year-long process and I've just been taking it in the shorts, I guess, because I'm just too nice, I guess. Anyway, we're gonna get started on it now. And I actually own this place too, across the street here. That was my very first house that I ever bought. And we fixed it all up, turned it into a rental, and that one's been doing well for us. Rents out like for $1,300 some a month. I only pay like $700 a month on my mortgage. Bought it for $115. It's probably worth $250 or more now. So now we're gonna own this place across the street, and we're just continuing to better the community. You should really get some shots of just how. Welcome to the jungle. You know what I mean? Okay, let's go walk around the front door, and you're really gonna see. This is the front door here. You can see how often it was used. This is like what I was talking about, where nature just starts taking stuff back. When you got concrete walkways that are covered in grass, yeah, like you can't even see your neighbors. Great privacy. Those hydrangeas, I'm pretty sure those are hydrangeas, but no, they're not anymore. They're trees. because they've just been so overgrown. But just look at how freaking overgrown. It's all just poison oak and blackberry bushes. But really, I mean, all this stuff just needs like chopped down and hauled out of here. Anyway, a lot of work ahead of us. I don't know if I got this out, but I've actually decided I'm gonna move my dad and my little brothers into this one. So anyway, it'll still be a great investment. Still add to the net worth, hopefully have 100 G's in positive equity and give my dad some nice housing opportunity, and I'll just make his rent payment, whatever the mortgage is, that way. I'm not really making anything on it, but he'll still be paying it off. Still a good long-term investment. The inside is bound not to look all that great, guys. So let's head on over to the triplex that is now finished, and we have rental numbers on it, and turned out really freaking good. So we're here at the triplex. Alec, you're gonna have to throw some shots of what this thing looked like just a matter of months ago. But we bought this thing for $220. I went over budget and actually ended up spending like $125 in rehab. So I was like $350 into it. Well, it appraised for $455. So that's awesome. And you know, I was anticipating getting around, I don't know, $1,200 for each one of these front units, and then maybe like $800 for the back unit. Oh, was I wrong? We've already got this one rented out. We just signed a contract for $1,400. This side just signed a contract, another $1,400. And then in the back unit, that is $1,250, which I did not expect that at all. So I was expecting around $3,000 a month in rent, average about $1,000 per unit, and we are well over that. So it's actually gonna be closer to like $4,000 a month that we're bringing in off of these. So this is gonna be our best cash flowing real estate investment so far. Watch out for our next video, which is gonna be talking all about how much we paid for this, breaking down the numbers, and giving you the story from the beginning to the end, because this has been a process that's been going on for over a year. And I think we closed on it like last July. I had to go through evictions on all the tenants that lived here. So it's been one hell of a process. So make sure to check out that video. Ah. Okay. And we're in. I'm gonna go pee upstairs. You might wanna open up the blinds. So in here we got fresh paint, fresh floors, new appliances. We just went ahead and refinished the cabinets that were in here to save a few bucks. Obviously all new trim, all new baseboard. We got the new carpets going up the stairs. This unit is basically a 1-bedroom with laundry inside. And I mean, it's kind of a unique layout to be upstairs, only be 1 bedroom, but $1,250, man. I ain't arguing with it. I only expected like $850, so I've lowballed that a little bit. But the market has gone absolutely nuts in the last year, the rental market around here. So you guys might remember me pulling carpets out of this just a couple of months ago. Some of those shots of me pulling, and then look at where it's at now. I didn't do any of this shit. I just pulled up the carpet, but you know. Turned out good. Now we're gonna go ahead and head on over to the 60-acre ranch that I just bought that is actually gonna be my new primary residence, and check that out. So let's get going. So we're here at the new Beckham Real Estate is Life ranch. So let's start by showing you the inside. I wasn't really planning on going all out with tearing up the inside. You know, before you start moving stuff in, you're kind of like, well, I should probably paint. And then you're like, well, if I'm painting, I'm gonna have to paint the trim. So I should probably just do new base and everything. Well, if I'm gonna do new base, I should probably do new floors. And if I'm doing new floors, then we better just tear up the whole fucking thing. So that's what we did. But I got it all painted up. I just need to have my dad, the painting contractor, cut in the ceilings and finish some of that stuff. We already got all the floors tore up. I already did all the demo. Want to get some before and afters in here, homie. All right, so as we come in, you can see this is the like, I don't know, living room kind of, but it's gonna be more like a sitting room, you know, maybe you have like a bookshelf, you got a couple sitting chairs, you got the wood stove, we'll have the piano here, you know, you picture like a nice little piano here. This is the actual like living room, and we got these huge vaulted ceilings, you got these ceiling shelves. The kitchen was already completely remodeled, so I'm probably gonna leave this, but we're doing the interior Sherwin-Williams color agreeable gray along with some bright white trim and gray floors. So and we'll also be doing some new fixtures and that sort of thing just to kind of modernize the whole deal. the kind of focal point in here is this gas fireplace. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. This is the master, continuing with the nice vaulted ceilings and the ceiling shelf thing. Bathroom is quite underwhelming. So yeah, there's a door out to the back patio, and we got the wood stove, but I don't know, it might even be more, I don't know what it is. There's a lot of propane on hand. We got propane furnace, propane hot water, got propane gas fireplace.
Propane and propane accessories.
Yeah, this is the garage. Good oversized garage, but right now, since we can't move in, it's storing a lot of our belongings. You know, I was thinking sustainability when I was buying this. We're in a weird market. I'll make more videos about that later. This, dude, this is 1,000 gallons of water right out of my very own well. We also got a pond up at the top of the road with irrigation with another like 1,000+ gallon holding tank for down in the garden and whatnot. Oh, and best of all, the property came with a free cat. And he's the largest cat that I've ever seen in my life. He's basically like getting 4 free cats. He's real friendly. He's actually a stray that just like showed up on the property, but eats the mice. You know, he has a job. I don't really have any pets. I'm not really a pet person besides, you know, I have the chickens, and that's because they have a job. They produce eggs. The cat has a job, kills mice. I like him. Free employee. I mean, I just gotta feed him, and I do give him free housing. He lives here in the garage, so we just leave the garage cracked. I wrote the cat in the offer and luckily accepted. But you know, so that's the house, that's the cat. But here's the real kicker here. The property, guys. The property. I think it's 57.8 acres or something like that. So just about 60 acres, mostly all timberland. But it's super private. I mean, there's multiple 6 figures of trees here. There's all different kinds of ways to invest in real estate. And there's, you know, now we're doing the short-term rentals with the Airbnb. We got the month-to-month rentals.
Boom, 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 boom.
Just get out the tuba. Meow. But it's got some pretty sweet views. You know, the economy's getting a little weird. You got the wars going on. You got the prices of everything going up, gas, food, and I don't think that that is going to get any better. And you start working out the math, and sometimes you can buy a property like this that is, you know, maybe out of your price range regularly, but you start calculating in all the different ways that you're gonna make money off the property, whether that's leasing the land, you know, growing food or raising livestock, raising, you know, bees is a big thing around here. We got the timber, wineries, you know, so like selling grapes or hazelnuts is really popular in my region. There are so many different ways that you can make money in real estate where you have income being produced by, you know, not just a renter. There's, you know, looking at agriculture and whatnot, where you can actually invest in these huge properties that are worth so much more because of all the different avenues and how they can make income for you. This is the garden area. So we already got some things started here. It's a little bit early in my climate to get started on that, but we're gonna do some more starts, and we should really have like a flourishing garden that will make, you know, if you guys buy organic, you know, organic is expensive. So we could save ourselves, you know, even on the, whoa, shh. I think it's just a bull snake, but at first it looked like it might be a rattlesnake, so I was a little scared. We're out here in the wilderness, so be careful. This is the 24 by 48 shop. You can see a couple of my project cars here. We're gonna be able to store like a lot of our materials and that sort of thing on our flips. You can see like I got a whole pallet of old vinyl plank flooring there, a fridge and a dryer that came out of one of our other units. Got 5 acres of pasture. The seller, he used to raise goats and that sort of thing, but cougars kept eating them. I guess that's a problem up here, as well as coyotes. They even had a mother bear that was eating a bunch. So like the neighbor, he had 30 some goats and he lost 20 some and was down to like 11 in 1 year. This is the greenhouse. We may end up getting animals just to clear more of the land so that there's more options as far as that goes. But I've been doing a lot of research and it's a lot of maintenance. And you know what? I make a lot more money being a real estate agent. So I don't want to take on too much to where I become a full-time farmer. The property was listed for $800,000. Caitlin and I were kind of looking for something that had a little bit more sustainability, you know, and could produce income in other ways. This thing came up. It's just a few miles deeper into Melrose from where we live now, and it was listed for $800,000. We threw in the offer with an escalation clause up to $825 or something like that. We were told we were gonna get it, and then like days went by, and I'm like, okay, what's waiting? Well, another offer had come in for $850 or whatever. I made my offer $825, and I waived my commission. That's another benefit of being a licensed real estate agent, is that, you know, that gave us a little bit of a bargaining chip. I was able to get rid of my commission, which would have been somewhere around $20,000, which made my offer, you know, just as good as the next highest offer. And so, hey, now we got it. It just closed a few weeks ago. We haven't really done much besides, you know, ripping it all apart. You know, we'll show you the after once the, you know, minor remodel that we're doing right now is done and we're all moved in. We're in the forest right now. I mean, this is what the majority of the property is. This is all reprod Douglas fir. And, you know, I'm still learning about it. So I'm not sure, like right now, if we were to harvest all the trees, how much, you know, each tree's worth. I mean, but there's obviously tens of thousands of trees out here, if not hundreds of thousands of trees. Definitely multiple six figures here. Tree value that wasn't calculated into the value of the property. We already have a substantial win, because if this is $300,000 worth of timber, then really I already bought an $800,000 property for $500. So I had 4 chickens, and then I inherited like 9 or so from the seller, but you can tell which ones are mine because I just call for them and here they all show up. But I hand raised them. I didn't realize how nice and good my chickens were and how like obedient they were until I inherited these chickens who all run whenever I show up. But these ones just like follow me around and they're both sweet. Oh, shit. Oh. You just see that?
No.
Oh. Just like projectiled into my face. So now that you guys saw the new Beckham Ranch, we're gonna be moving there, which now means that the house I've been living in is gonna be turned into an Airbnb. And really, you know, I was already living here, so I mean, if you see, already got furniture, whatever. I have been slowly like replacing the real plants that are going with us with these fake plants and stuff like that, getting it dressed up to be a Airbnb. I have a client who rents out something that's only a 2-bedroom, 1-bath in town for $150 a night, and he just had someone book it up for 3 months straight. That's over $4,000 a month cash flow from that property. This place should demand a higher daily rental amount. You know, my cash flow on this should be pretty damn good. I converted the music room into a 2nd bedroom here with a queen, and then, you know, this is my room now, and I'm just gonna leave all this furniture. So everything that you saw at the new place, I did buy a new bed, but other than that, I'm not gonna have any furniture at the new house. So you guys probably don't recognize this room because all my canvases are down, there's no lights. This is the chair I normally sit in, but this was our studio. So because our studio, it was being converted into an Airbnb bedroom, and is obviously still in the process of that, we've been kind of without a studio for a little while. So that's why we haven't been posting a whole lot, but I'm hoping once I get settled in at the property, I do have a whole new list of chores with the garden, and I have a pet cat now. But even with those responsibilities, we should be able to do more filming and start putting out content more regularly again like we were. We have 2 more houses that we're gonna be fixing up out here, and if this one works as an Airbnb and does well, then we know for sure those are gonna be, because those are like literally right across the street from like Hazelnut Farms and that sort of thing. You know, my monthly payment on this thing is $1,000 a month, and I could see us easily cash flowing $3,000 plus on this one. So between the monthly rentals that you just saw and now the Airbnb, you know, the other 2 rentals that you saw, hoping by the time everything's finished, we should be somewhere around $10,000 a month in cash flow. So today you guys got to see several types of real estate investing, the kind of work that goes into it, how terrible and disgusting it can be, but also once you put in the hard work, how much money you can make and how it can all be worth it. So hopefully you guys learned something today. If you want to learn more about being a real estate agent, real estate investing, don't forget to like this video, and of course, subscribe to the channel to follow on your journey to Real Estate Millionaire, and we'll see you next week. See ya. I might not post next week, but yeah, you know.